What's up, everybody? Grumpy Giant coming at you from my Skyblock paradise. Oh, today is going to be quite a day. So, last episode we got our crystal, or our energy ball put together, right? And we're inputting 400,000 RF a tick. We're at almost 30 billion, which is like, 1.4%. Ooh. We have gobs and gobs of energy storage now. And I went ahead between episodes, and like I said I was going to, I put together the chaotic crafting injectors, and I just put 18 together. We needed 14 to do all of the crafting injectors. It's not much of a struggle to put the draconic ones together. At this point, we've got gobs and gobs of materials, and power is not really a problem. So, one thing that I did do downstairs, if I can get there, is I converted, instead of doing wireless power straight off of the mechanism reactor, I'm running it through the cryo-stabilized flux ducts to the induction matrix. Our output's fluctuating. That's fine. I don't mind much of any of that. The ball holds so much more energy than the matrix does. All of that energy can go right up into the matrix, and I'm fine with that. So, today we're going to round out the rest of Draconic. I've been looking at what we're getting into. We're almost done with this pack, which brings me to the next point of discussion. As we are probably within just a handful of episodes of being done with this pack, I want to know what you guys are playing, what anybody would like me to start getting into, and if I don't get any responses, then I'll figure something out anyway. But I just want to know what everybody's playing, what packs everybody's into right now. I know SevTech is a pretty big one. I am not sure that I have that much interest in getting into that pack. However, if that's the general consensus, then maybe that's something we'll look at. Yeah, but just let me know. Yeah, anyway. The Draconic Reactor is our next round. I have, between episodes, I've been running the atomic multiplier pretty much non-stop with chaos shards. We've got 65 now, and that's after I made a bunch of the chaotic cores, because the chaotic cores were needed for the chaotic injectors, and I made a bunch of them and didn't realize how many I had made, so I still have some. We're going to get pretty in-depth here on this. So we need 1 Chaos Shard, 3 Draconium Ingots, 2 Awakened Draconium Blocks, and 2 Awakened Draconium Ingots. I'm not going to set this thing up yet. We will set it up eventually. But I'm not... Oh, it's 3. I'm not ready to say good... Oh, come on. I'm not ready to say goodbye to this world just yet. And, let's be honest, that's what happens. If anybody's been successful in having the Draconic Reactor operate, let me know. I'd really like to know what you've done, how you set it up, because I've never had it work. So there is our Draconic Reactor core. We need 4 Reactor Stabilizers. And those right there. So we need a Reactor Stabilizer frame, 2 Awakened cores, a Chaotic core, Stabilizer rotor assembly, which is outer rotor, okay. We'll make 8. I don't know how many of those we're going to need. Inner rotor, okay. And then the rotor assembly. I think that should be good. 4. So the reactor stabilizer frame, we need 4 of those. And we'll put the that should be terrifying, having that in the old inventory. That should be absolutely terrifying. I think we need 4 of those, right? So the stabilizer, yeah, 4 of those. We need 16 awakened draconium ingots. Okay. We need the stabilizer focus ring. We need 4 of those. We need 2 draconic energy cores. Actually, we need 8 of those. And 8 awakened cores. Okay. So, let's get started, shall we? So for the reactor stabilizer, it's going to be 4. Okay. So these 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Is that's not right. No. That is not right. So that's going to be that. 1, 2, 1, 2. No. That's not right either. That. Boom, boom, boom. And then the frames. So those are going to craft up. That's step 2. We're going to get through getting the core parts together. And once the parts for the core are together, we're going to start getting into Avaricia, whatever it is. Ava something. So we also need Fluxgate and an energy injector. So the Fluxgate, that's actually pretty easy. That's not even this crafting. So Fluxgate, let's see if we have the stuff to do that right away. We have almost everything. We just need the potentiometer. Potentiometer, easy. Fluxgate. There we go. And let's go pick up that last part. And then we need, how many, do we need more than one of these? No, 1 energy injector. So that is an awakened core, 4 inner rotors. So we need 4 of these. Okay. An awakened core, right? That's what actually goes in the middle. What are these? Uh-oh. Iron. But then it was 4 draconium ingots. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then iron. And 1, 2. Right? I think that's right. We'll find out. That goes in the middle. These go out here. With that. Yeah, nice. That was the right recipe. Okay. So we'll get this part done. And we will stash this stuff away. Because it terrifies me. To be fair. So that is all of these. I want to open the loot chest for the gates with everybody here. Come on. Oh, there we go. It worked. 32 cryo-stabilized flux ducts and firefly jars. Awesome. The flux ducts I'll take. Firefly jars, not so much. So, at Avaridia, because that is what we're getting into now. So, we can unlock Overpowered. Boom. Let's claim it. And let's go put the little pedestal somewhere. You know what? I'm going to put that one up top because this... Power... Really? That produces redstone? Cool. Okay. That's key. So, now... we should be able to take a look at Overpowered. So to get started in this, see, this is weird. It says we have, we've completed these, but if you go into them, none of them are complete. It's, yeah, okay. That's fine. Okay, extreme crafting. We need the extreme crafting table. Okay, come on there. Come on there. The extreme crafting table is crystal matrix ingots, which are... So what is this? Crystal matrix dust. That's fine. Right there. There we go. Okay. So 2 nether stars, diamond lattice. Let's just make a boatload of that. In fact, let's make like a handful of stacks. How about that? Put those away. Crystal matrix ingots. Let's make a couple stacks of those. And those do not have EMC, of course. I mean, why would they? So we need the double compressed crafting table, which is a compressed crafting table, which is 9 regular crafting tables. And the double compressed is 9 of those. And then we can build our extreme crafting table. Done. So, the extreme crafting table, right? Let's... stick this guy right there in the ground. So this is a giant crafting table. Gives us many options as to how to craft stuff. Right? We're getting into some super, like, brokenly OP stuff, right? Once we get over to Infinity Armor means you can't die. You can't be injured. Nothing can touch you when you're wearing this stuff. It's got basically unlimited durability. The Infinity Tools, the Sword of the Cosmos, it doesn't even do damage. It just does the /kill command. Like, that's what it does. The Longbow of the Heavens, I haven't messed with that one a whole lot. I've messed with the Sword of the Cosmos and the World Breaker. The rest of these I've played with, but yeah, you know, like Nature's Ruin cuts down entire forests or something crazy like that. The World Breaker, though, that's pretty broken even by modded standards. The World Breaker's the only, at least that I know of, the only tool in modded and vanilla everything outside of creative mode that can break vanilla bedrock. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So, wow. Skullfire Sword. When killing skeletons with the Skullfire Sword, they drop wither skeleton skulls. That's neat. Collecting neutrons. This is the one that we need to kind of get into. So Neutron Collector is probably one of these recipes. Yep. So we need blocks of quartz, blocks of irons, crystal matrix ingots, blocks of redstone. Okay, so redstone. Let's grab a bunch of that. Let's grab some iron. Let's grab some quartz. And we need those crystal matrix ingots. Okay, so we need to make some of these so they can get going in processing, right? We want the Neutron Collector, and I think I have everything. Yeah. So we can make 16 in total. 17, which is a-okay. So we're down on the crystal matrix ingots. Ideally, you would want, I think, multiples of 9 of these things. I'm going to set them over here for right now. These don't need access to daylight, do they? No. So these are just kind of going to run. They slowly build up. What do they build? Tiny piles of neutrons. Every like 5 minutes or so, they produce a tiny pile of neutrons. We're going to need more of these. I will build more of them soon, I guess. So here, okay. We can keep moving. While those do their thing, we're not going to be able to actually use any of that until we get further along. I don't know. Okay, so Cosmic Meatballs. We can work on Cosmic Meatballs. Let's go back to Avaridia. So Cosmic Meatballs are... Yeah, we need pile of neutrons. And then I'm guessing Ultimate Stew is going to be the same. Yeah, pile of neutrons. Which only come from the Neutron Collector, and it takes quite a while. You can see this one's at 24% now. So let's see if there's anything else we can get into before I just kind of leave this thing to AFK for a while. So can we do a Neutronium compressor? No, because that requires Neutronium ingots. Can we do the Skullfire Sword? That is, we can. We can. We just need more crystal matrix ingots. So let's do a bunch more. There we go. There we go. Luckily, we have a ton of diamonds. And this thing gets mad. Okay. So, crystal matrix ingots. Let's make a few stacks. And then this required those plus bones, blaze powder, logs, and nether stars. So, oak. Let's grab a couple of logs. Let's grab a nether star. And bones. And blaze powder. So bones. And blaze powder. Which we're missing a couple hundred. Blaze powder. There we go. So, get back to that sword. Skullfire sword. Now, honestly, I'm just building the Skullfire sword. I'm not interested in actually using it. Alright, so let's get that stuff and the Skullfire sword back in there because we don't really need it. So we need iron blockages. We need redstone. And we need quartz. I want to build a few more of the Neutron Collector things. So, we can do 15 more. What are we out of? Iron and redstone. Alright, iron blocks. And then redstone. And there's, okay, 32. That's a fairly decent little round number. And this little wall here is very slowly. Oh, no. Thank you. going to make neutrons for us. Now, what we should do is get a compacting drawer. Right? We've got a few. We can come over here. We can set a compacting drawer down right there. And as soon as we get one of these, let's grab some item conduits. Right there. That'll be fine. And you know what? I want to wait until we get one of these to really set these up. I guess we could do... Okay. And, I mean, it's not the most ideal way to do this, but it's what we've got. Right? And then I trapped myself in here. That's funny. Let's put those back. So there we go. There is a pile of neutrons. And we can throw that in. Hello. And now we've got it set up, right? So I'm going to go through, I'm going to kick all these over to extract, always active and all that. And I will be right back. All right, guys. So we've got a handful of the pile of neutrons. All of those pipes on the back are set properly. We've got 17 pile of neutrons so far. It does take a pretty long time with these, so I think what I'm going to do is let this thing AFK for a while. But we've got enough of these to, I want to say, be able to get through Cosmic Meatballs and Ultimate Stew. I think we can get through those. So let's look at that. Cosmic Meatballs are rabbit, pork chop, chicken, beef, and fish. So, okay. Pork chop. Fish. Beef. Chicken. Too many chickens. Oh, there they were. Right there. And rabbit. I hope I've got rabbit. See that right there. Do I have rabbit down here? I might have rabbit down here. You see, this is what happens when you start getting too far ahead of yourself. So what we can do, though, there is a fix for this. So there are rabbit seeds that we had to make, right? We can take those rabbit seeds and put them over here in the phytogenic insulator with the rabbit stuff, and then we'll get rabbit essence, and I think we should be able to turn that into raw rabbit. Yeah. So there we go. Problem solved. So let's come over here and at our extreme crafting table, see if we can make some cosmic meatballs now. I think that's everything, right? Yeah. So, cosmic meatballs, done. And ultimate stew now. This one is a bit different. So let's grab up another pile of neutrons and look at ultimate stew. So, oh man. Okay. Wow. So I think we have most of this stuff. We definitely have the seeds for it. So let me do this. Okay. So I've got a screenshot now. Let me take a minute and see what I have and what we're gonna have to get together, and I will be right back. All right, guys, I am back. I have been digging around all the seeds and trees and stuff that I've got, and this is where we're at. So we're missing 6, 7, 8, 9 items. If we look at those items, we've got the tangerine, which is from Benny's Extra Trees. We've got the Enchanted Berry from Ether Legacy. We've got a mandarin from Benny's. Most of what we're missing is from Benny's. All but one, in fact, are from Benny's. If we look at them, they are from Benny's Extra Trees. Well, we've got an issue there. So the only way to get to them, from what I can find, is through tree breeding. Teak plus clove equals allspice, right? Teak is dark oak plus jungle equals teak. I have been trying throughout the course of, well, really for probably 30 episodes, in various forms over here. I've been trying to get the standard method tree breeding to work. It hasn't been working at all. The bees just aren't having it, right? I've tried it with different species. Right now I've got some steadfast in there, and enchanted are still in there. I can't get the tree breeding to work. Right, I had a dark oak and a jungle right here for a while, and if you go back several episodes, you'll notice them with the bees right there. I have the glasses that you're supposed to, or the whatever they are, the goggles or glasses that you're supposed to wear for forestry to be able to see if the leaves change, and I have yet to see any leaves change. So I'm going to have to look and see if there are any other methods to gain access to those very few materials. There's seriously, there's not many. The only other one that that would be probably easier to get to, because like the mandarin comes from a mandarin sapling, which, I mean, it could come from loot bags, maybe. The Amadron. Although the Amadron, you're only going to get apple oak saplings. And I don't know if maybe we need to start there and kind of work our way through. I really don't know. But, I mean, that's a ton of tree breeding. And I can't get it to work at all. So the other one is the Enchanted Berry, which is a blueberry from Ether Legacy. At an altar from Ether Legacy with ambrosium shards for the Enchanted Berry, and this is a holy stone surrounding Zanite for the altar. And I mean, that's not a huge thing. It just means I'm going to have to go visit the Ether again to get that stuff. I'm fine with that. I'll do that off camera. That's real quick stuff. The tree breeding, though, if anybody out there has any ideas, any hints, tricks, tips for that stuff, send them my way. Leave me a comment, because I am at a loss on those specific trees. In the amount of time, we've gotten 5 Neutronium ingots in the amount of time that I've been working on this stuff. It's been just about an hour or so getting all this stuff together. I had all the saplings and all the seeds and stuff. I just had to grow them. I grew them quickly using the phytogenic insulator. I've got one here that has the tree augmentation, the sapling infuser, and one here that has no augmentation. So this one works for the seeds, and this one works for trees. It does fine. It does real well with that. but we're 9 items short. It's not much, but man, is that frustrating. So, for now, we're not going to be able to continue on the Ultimate Stew until I figure out how to get those other items. But what we can kind of look at would be a few more of these things. I think, though, we're just about out of time for today's episode anyway. So, maybe next episode we can start working on singularities. So that we can get, like, the Infinity Catalyst is going to require, as far as I know, the Infinity Catalyst is going to require an Ultimate Stew. Oh, there it is. Infinity Catalyst. Yeah, it's going to require an Ultimate Stew. So I'm going to have to figure out how to get through that stuff because the tree breeding stuff wasn't working. But I'll figure it out. There may just be a tree farm somewhere up here. But maybe something in the configs is set differently, or I don't know. Either way, we'll figure it out. We'll make it through it, and it's going to be a pretty good time. I am going to let this thing, I'm going to AFK probably overnight and maybe longer. Who knows? I do... Infinitato, Infinity Catalyst, of course. Let's look at the essence, the creative essence right here. That's kind of not that bad. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's not as bad as I thought it was. Yeah, so that's the kind of stuff we'll be working towards over the next few episodes. Getting through a lot of that. So, yeah, if you enjoyed today's episode, I know it was kind of wonky, kind of weird, but we got a lot going. This was the biggest part of all that. Getting the Neutron Collectors put together. This is just an unfortunate issue. We'll have to figure out how to go from there. See if we can't kind of... I don't know. We will get there. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up there. If you guys know of anything, if I'm missing something, let me know, please. If you enjoyed today's episode, slap that like button. I really appreciate it. If you like what I'm doing on this channel or you're new here, slap that subscribe button. I really appreciate that, and it helps me out a whole bunch. And until next time, Grumpy Giant signing out. Bye-bye.